This video is going to review how to use the phone system dialer. This is going to be the inbound and outbound dialer that is being used, and this video will kind of walk through how to sign into the dialer and actually how to take live calls. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your Zwiper telephone is running. So you want to click on your system tray, and it should be down there in the system tray and running, and then you just want to click it, make sure that it pops up, and it is registered. That lets you know that it's connected to the phone system and that it's ready to take calls. Okay. So then after we know that it's working and it's connected, we then want to make sure that we're using Google Chrome. It's going to be the best browser to use to get to work with the dialer. And then we want to simply click on bookmarks, and then we're going to go to NCC dialer. Once we're there at the NCC dialer and we've clicked on that shortcut, we want to use the user login that we've been provided and password. Once you've done that, you also want to select the campaign that you've been told to use. Right now we're going to select the Comcast campaign. And once we do this, we want to make sure that we've got our headset on and that we have our headset on, the mute button's not on, and we're ready to take calls. Because once you click the submit button, the dialer will call you at your phone. So we're going ahead and click the submit button. Once we do that, we'll notice that the system is actually calling us. We want to hit the accept button.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
It's going to let us know that we're logged into the system and ready to take calls. So if we had inbound calls, and I'm actually going to call the system so we can see what it looks like, and we will be ready to take telephone calls. So in order to, once we're logged in, we want to make sure that we then click on the resume button. That lets us know that we're actually ready and live and ready to take telephone calls. Once we get an actual live call, you'll notice that it'll come up as red. You'll see the phone number that it actually comes in as. And if there's any information on our system, that information would show up as well. Okay. So, I'm going to mute my phone so that it doesn't show, so it doesn't sound. So as we go through here, this is what an inbound call. So a call would come in. We're talking to the customer about getting Comcast services or Charter services, and then we want to make sure that we fill out all of the information as we're talking to the customer if it is indeed they do want to get service. So we're going to say test 5, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 5 somewhere, and we're going to go somewhere Atlanta, Georgia, and 30344 is going to be the zip code. Okay, and then we're going to put any of the other information that we need in. If they've got an email address, we're going to say no, and we do want to make sure that we put something in here. So we're going to go no@noemail.com if we don't have an email address for the person, and then we put in the comments anything we want to say about them. Okay, and we'll tell them again, the representative is going to call them right back. And then once we do that, we want to, at some point, we have to status all calls. Okay, so we want to hit hang up call, and then we want to say that a transfer was made. We then highlight the transfer button, and then we want to make sure we hit submit web form. Okay, so once we do that, we also want to click on pause agent dialing. So we're going to click the web form submit button. Once we do that, another page will pop up, and it will give us all the information that we're actually going to send directly into the database. So we'll just want to go through these fields, make sure that everything is selected correctly. You notice we'll have a service type as far as what they're actually purchasing. Right now we've just got these 3. We'll probably add some more. So if there's some additional ones that will be added, and you'll see those on the screen. So we're just going to select video for now. Actually, we'll do combo for now. And once everything's here, we'll also put in the description, do not erase what's here now, but we're just going to add to it. Talk to customer, very interested, wants service tomorrow. And my spelling is atrocious. Spell check, there we go. And so once we've got everything in here, we're going to click the submit button. Once we click submit, you'll notice at the top that it says it's okay. And then we're going to log into the actual database. You have been provided the login details for that. And so you'll be able to log into the system. You then want to put in the phone number that you had for that customer, so you don't want to make sure you write that down. Since I didn't, I'm going to click on leads, and it's going to just show me all the leads in there since I'm the administrator, and we know that we hit test 5. Okay, so now that we've got the lead test 5 up, we want to make sure that we put any additional comments in this field here. Please call ASAP. And we click save. All of those notes are going to be listed as whoever logs in and makes those. Okay. We then want to click on the edit button, and we want to then assign this lead to whoever the sales rep is that we're going to be sending this to. Okay. So we're just going to put Walter Greer in here for now, and then click save. Once we do that, that rep will get an email and be alerted that they need to follow up with that lead. Okay. So we can then close this window, and we can go back to the dialer. Since we clicked the pause button, once we're ready, we're going to hit that resume button again, and we're ready to start taking calls again. Make sure if you do unmute your phone that you're going to hit the unmute button, since I did hit that. And now we're ready to take additional calls. That is the dialer. If we do need to actually make a manual call to call a customer back, we click this manual dial button. Oops, I'm sorry, you have to pause. So we want to make sure we hit the pause button and then hit manual dial in order to dial. And we would simply type in the phone number there and then hit dial now in order to dial manually. And that is the basics of the web dialer.